Hello everyone, welcome to another Deck Tech. I'm sure you're as excited as I am on this Monday to start getting into the new 10,000 gold sealed leagues, but we loved them so much that we hugged the servers to death, so we're going to be doing some more cool ranked decks. And I didn't have one immediately this week. I had a little bit of a tough time finding something that I really wanted to play. So I went on Eternal Warcry and I was looking around for a little bit of a spark of something to build. And I found this really cool list called Righteous Juggernaut by Kiri. And I liked it a lot. I did some of my own changes, as I tend to do, because I wanted to customize it a little bit. But the basis of the deck is definitely the same. And that is to get a Sandglass Juggernaut online, which is reckless and vulnerable to damage 6/1, that comes into play exhausted. Now, the reason why this is good is when you pair it with Mysterium Orb. So, it comes into play exhausted, but it gets endurance and overwhelmed because it's a sentinel. So, they can't chump it anymore because it's got the overwhelm, and they can't kill it because it's invulnerable to damage, except for, I mean, there are slays and all those kinds of things, but we'll get to that in a minute. And then, of course, you have the fact that with endurance, it can block every single turn, so it doesn't matter that it has reckless. The main downside to this thing is that normally it doesn't. Sure, it's invulnerable to damage, but they just chump it a couple times and they don't really care, or they just shoot it down with the sleigh, and you can't block with it, so it doesn't help you there. It's really just an aggressive card. However, like I said, we pair it with Mysterium Orb, and then the second key piece, which is Stand Together. So when they try and do something like a Slay or Death Strike or whatever, we have to Stand Together to help protect it for Aegis. And then we have a bunch of Righteous Furies here to give it double damage and lifesteal and get us right back into a game and just absolutely murder them with a giant Juggernaut. So I thought this was a really cool idea for a list, and I wanted to try and make it. The list that they have, I've included it down below the stream, so you can go and take a look. But we have a little bit more in terms of Explorers. They didn't really go the heavy Explorer route with Mysterium Orb. I personally think that it's really cool to go deeper onto the Mysterium Orb and use your Explorers as a lot of power ramp. So they ran 4 Trailmakers. I put in some Amber Acolytes, Reliquary Raiders, and Seasoned Spelunkers as well. Amber Acolyte just really helps you make sure that you're getting the Justice Sigil for Stand Together Righteous Fury, which are really important, Stand Together especially. Everybody is running nothing but removal piles. It is constant removal all day, every day. You need to be playing a lot of Aegis right now. And you want to be able to do that. You also need to be able to hit all of your triple fire, triple time to hit something like Heart of the Vault. So the rest of the deck, besides the Sandglass Juggernaut, it doesn't have to just rely on the combo, which is why I like this deck, is that it is essentially just a Praxis mid-range list that happens to have the Sandglass Juggernaut, and Stand Together is just good in this list anyways. Righteous Fury a little less so. I did cut 1. I honestly might go down to 2, put in some more Seek Powers or something for this list, because Righteous Fury is amazing when it's good on Sandglass Juggernaut, and really bad when it's not. If you need to have some way to stabilize, Righteous Fury with no units on the board is a really bad draw. Then you have like the rest of your kind of Praxis shell. So you've got all of your Explorers that we talked about, and then you have your Sandstorm Titans, you have your Heart of the Vaults, and you have your Great-Kiln Titans. This is not a cheap deck. It is a lot of legends. But they're all very powerful cards, and putting them together is fantastic. They work really well with Mysterium Orb, and being able to ramp them out fast by using a bunch of Explorers to get extra power is really cool. So you can get like a Great-Kiln Titan on, say, like a turn 6, which is really sweet. Last but not least, they included one of Stirring Sand, and they talked about in their little overview of their deck that you can add or subtract them as you feel fit. I think that this list, because we have a few more Explorers, could be better for it. I think it's really cute and kind of awesome. I love Stirring Sand, and getting back like a Great-Kiln Titan is a big deal. But it's also a very niche card, so I'm just keeping it down to 1 for now. If you want to have more fun, you can definitely put in some extras, or if you're worried about a lot of board wipes and they just keep on killing your Titans, then maybe it's a good idea to slam During Sand in there again, like maybe go up to 2, cut the Righteous Fury down a little bit. In any case, I am going to run this bad boy through a gauntlet for everybody, and we'll see how it does.